Good evening. Please stand for the entrance of the official party. Please remain standing for the processional. Please remain standing for the posting of the colors.
Forward, march.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
동해물과 백두산이 마르고 닳도록 하느님이 보호하사 우리나라 만세 무궁화 삼천리 화요강산 대하사람 대하울로 길이 보조하세. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave?
Order, arms. March on, march. My turn, march. Forward, march. March on, march. My turn, march. Logo, halt. Post. Colors. Present, arms. Order, arms. Left, face. Forward, march.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Welcome to the First Humphreys High School commencement celebration. I would like to take this time to welcome our distinguished guests, General and Mrs. Curtis Scaparrotti. Please stand. Colonel and Mrs. Conkright, please stand. Dr. Irby Miller, Career District Superintendent, please stand. Dr. Evelyn Ellis, Assistant Superintendent, Career District, please stand. Dr. Allen, Assistant Superintendent, Career District, please stand. We have with us Mrs. Joyce Diggs, Principal of Humphreys American Elementary School, please stand. We have Mr. Morgan Nugent, Principal of Osun American School, please stand. Welcome to our Humphreys High School faculty. Please stand, Humphreys High School faculty, and be recognized. Thank you. Welcome, parents, friends, and family. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
환영합니다. 이 시간을 빌어 참석해 주신 귀빈 여러분, General Curtis 그리고 Mrs. Curtis, Colonel Conkright 그리고 Mrs. Conkright, 한국 교육감이신 Dr. Irby Miller, 한국 부교육감이신 Dr. Judith Allen, 교육 담당이신 Dr. Evelyn Ellis, 그리고 Humphreys 고등학교 교장 Mrs. Shelley Kennedy, 교감이신 Miss DJ LaFawn, Humphreys 초등학교의 교장이신 Mrs. Joyce Diggs, 그리고 Humphreys 학교의 학부모, 가족 그리고 친구들 모두 환영합니다.
Maligayang pagdalo sa unang taon ng pagdiriwang ng pagtatapos ng Humphreys High School. Sa pagkakataong ito, nais kong batiin ang ating mga kapitagang panauhin, ang ating General at Mrs. Curtis Caparatori, Colonel at Mrs. Conkright, Dr. Irby Miller, ang District Superintendent, Dr. Judith Allen, ang ating Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Ellis, ang ating District Educational Operation Manager at Chief of Staff, ang Principal ng Humphreys High School na si Miss Shelley Kennedy, ang Assistant Principal na si Miss DJ LaFawn, at ang punong guro ng elementary school na si Miss Joyce Diggs. Mga kaibigan at kapamilya, maligayang pagdating, maligayang pagdating, maligayang pagdating.
Thank you, Elisa and Joanna. I would ask our class president, Emily Cox, to come up for just a moment, please. Just a few words from me before I ask our principal, Ms. Kennedy, to come up. At the beginning of the school year, when I first met with the senior class, I brought them into a room and I said to them, I said, I want you to make a pledge with me today. And I need you to stand up and take a look around. And of course, they're looking around and wondering, what are we looking at? I say, you're looking at each other because you're going to be working together throughout the remainder of this year. I want you to get to know each other. I want you to work together. Okay? I want you to pledge with me today that you will leave no senior behind. Everyone that's in this room with you today will walk with you on June the 4th, 2014. I stand before you today, the proud senior sponsor of the first graduating class of Humphreys High School. They are all graduating today. President Cox, please confirm that all classmates are here today and will be graduating with you. Confirm. Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to share that with you. It's not impossible, but it is a rarity. So thank you, senior class of 2014, for upholding the pledge that we made together during our first meeting. Thank you for being here. I would ask that our principal come to the stage at this time. Ms. Kennedy, please come for our opening remarks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, parents, grandparents, friends, and the distinguished members of Humphreys High School Class of 2014. Please join me in thanking Mrs. Faye Hobson for everything she has done to support this year's graduating class. She has truly put her heart and soul into this effort on behalf of these students. It is my pleasure to share information with you about the inaugural graduating class of Humphreys High School, which consists of 29 members. They have taken their final high school exams and are ready to embark on a future that knows no bounds. Two of our graduates, Amy Berger and Manasa Narti, have the distinction of attending Dodia schools for their entire education. Pretty rare. The senior class seated before you has earned over $160,000 worth of scholarships, and it consists of future Armed Forces service members, health professionals, architects, computer scientists, engineers, scientists, criminologists, CEOs, lawyers, and even 3 teachers. That's their future. Most plan to attend colleges and have already been accepted to universities from California to New York, as well as in Guam, Korea, Italy, and the Philippines. While this class may be small, their potential is exponential. A tradition we have established for our school is the senior interview with the principal. This gave me the chance to learn more about the students and how they viewed their high school experience. When asked what they would miss the most about Humphreys High School, naturally, the majority stated that they would miss their friends. They spoke of the sense of belonging they felt in this school. We are a tight-knit group of students who look out for each other. I felt like I belonged here from the very first day. Students also spoke highly of their teachers, sharing that Dodd's teachers spend more time with you and want to get to know you. They are easy to talk to and always willing to listen. Further, they spoke fondly of the teachers who challenged them and helped them see the world from different viewpoints. Reviewing this past school year, students spoke of homecoming week, which included their bonfire, building floats, the parade at to the Super Gym, the game on our own home turf field, and the homecoming dance. Dressing up for Spirit Week was also mentioned by several. Field Day was also high on their list of events because of the camaraderie of the group working together toward a common goal, and it was just plain fun. However, the most commonly shared memory was the first day we came into this building. The seniors were the last to enter the auditorium, and when they did, all underclassmen gave them a standing ovation. That was when it really felt like we were the class of 2014. That is what made us feel like seniors. Not surprisingly, many feel that graduation will be their fondest memory of high school. I believe the feeling was unanimous. These students will not miss senior lockers on the first floor and all of the stairs in this big building. They have blazed the trail, and the future senior classes will benefit because we will move the senior lockers based on your advice. The senior class recognizes the privilege of living overseas. They expressed a unique appreciation for being exposed to diverse cultures and shared how this experience has broadened their horizons and fosters their tolerance and respect for differences in people of every walk of life. As the year progressed, their outlook on life became more encompassing. Looking over the past 4 years, each student had valuable insights to share with middle school students, such as, be yourself. Don't follow someone else. Manage your time wisely. Challenging yourself and doing something difficult is never useless. It will always help you in the long run. Stay focused, motivate each other. And the list goes on. But such statements, as well as the accomplishments these seniors have made thus far, demonstrate to me that they are ready to face the world. Seniors, the future has always been and will always be defined and designed by people who have an unwavering sense of purpose and an unshakable sense of accomplishment. These are people who will never take the easy way out. They will move mountains if mountains are getting in the way. In pushing beyond the ordinary, they achieve extraordinary success. In doing what they do, they transform societies and influence the way of life of millions across the world. The future will always be about making the impossible possible. It will always be about achieving the impossible. The future is anything you want it to be. The future is in your hands. Use it well, and you will soon be doing things that seem impossible today. Congratulations to you. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to the stage the class of 2014 president, Ms. Emily Cox.
Sorry. I'm sick. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize in advance with any coughing attacks. Good evening, parents, family members, administration, faculty members, distinguished guests, and fellow graduates. Before I start, but first, let me take a selfie. To start writing this commencement speech, I sat down and tried to search for some ideas. Of course, after I was done being distracted, I told myself to stop keeping up with the Kardashians and to start writing. I wouldn't be here on stage without these important people, so this one is for you. Try not to cry, Mom. To my mom, you are the strongest woman I have ever known. You have always directed me towards the right path, and I cannot form words to show my gratitude. To my dad, my partner in crime, thank you for all the time spent together and the laughs we had. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for the love you have showered me with. To my sister, you have been the best role model, and I cannot wait to follow your steps to greatness. To all of my friends, most of them on this stage, here's to all the memories and the tears shed from laughing so hard and the abdominal pain. I will cherish every moment spent together these last 4 years. Many of these speeches tell us that we are all special in our own way and that individuality is the key to success. An estimated 3.2 million high school students are graduating this year, which is a lot of special people. The things that make you special or different from me and everyone else are your dreams and what you will accomplish in life. I could stand up here and tell you that this isn't the end, but it's just the beginning. I can stand and say this isn't the end, which I already said. Sorry. I could say that all the hard work that you're going to go through is going to pay off. But we will continue to make mistakes as life goes on, and we will continue to fail. We cannot succeed without the risk of failure. Today we say goodbye to those things that were familiar and comfortable. Everything eventually comes to an end. Our high school career, a good book, our favorite television series, our lives. Once we take our last breath, we will not remember the times we did our taxes or when we decided to stay in for the night. We will remember the times where we went out to make risks and make mistakes and learn from them. So I would like to direct that speech to my fellow graduates to help you remember throughout life that we will continue to make mistakes, but we just have to fix them and work through it the rest of our lives. Till the end. Thank you. It is my honor to introduce to you our class salutatorian, Patrina Smith.
Good evening. First, I would like to formally thank those who have helped me achieve to where I am today. Mom, thanks for changing my diapers and buying clothes so I can later steal them. Dad, thanks for buying me pickles for Christmas. They were great. And scary more than a driver license Daddy did, also warned me about cooties. Teachers, thank you for teaching me the formula for circles so I can later measure the circumference in the area of my cake. And last but not least, class of 2014. Thank you for helping me realize that even though many of us are in different social groups, everyone shares common interests, common goals, and common friends. As military students, we understand how hard it is to move around and find where we belong. We temporarily disguise ourselves so that people will like us, but eventually find where we belong as time goes on. So good luck with people with ugly personalities. Moral of the story, no matter where you go in the future, if you are weird, you will always be weird, and embrace your weirdness. Just the other day, I asked my 6-year-old sister what she wanted to be when she grows up. She said, Princess Fairy Mermaid. She has one heck of imagination, but never has my parents told her that it is impossible. We were asked the exact same question when we were little. However, the answer was usually jobs like doctors, nurses, lawyers, teachers, engineers, being a president of the United States with occasional cowboys, princesses, fairy, mermaid, or all three. Princess, fairy, mermaid. Whether these will come true or not sure about the fairy or mermaid part, are completely up to a dreamer's to decide, even if it takes decades. As after Googling how to write a graduation speech, I came upon a quote stated by the famous TV host Stephen Colbert. Thankfully, dreams can change. If we all stuck with our first dream, the world would be overrun with cowboys and princesses. So whatever your dream is right now, if you don't achieve it, you have not failed. And if you do achieve it, you are not a winner. Basically saying that as life changes, your dreams and goals can change as well. But that's okay. The same goes with mistakes, stated by Albert Einstein. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried something new. As seniors, our life starts here. It is time to spread our figurative speaking wings, even though real wings would be pretty cool, and try something new in our paths. Experience heartbreaks, butterflies in our stomachs, boyfriend and or girlfriend problems, the heartaches of jobs, and eventually experience the wonders of family. Congratulations, class of 2014. It is time to make mistakes and live in this world full of imperfections. Make your own dreams, and as most senior speeches go, we did it. And now, I have the honor to introduce to you class of 2014 valedictorian, Soo-Yeon Ri.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my parents, friends, and teachers who made today possible. Mom and Dad, I remember ever since I was young, you two were always busy taking me to school, piano lessons, and swim classes. Regardless of the exhausting work, your love and support towards me never stopped. and I am so glad that I have parents like you. You two are not only my loving parents, but my life mentors and my life role models. I would also like to thank my boyfriend and my best friend, Kevin Brace, who is a senior in Osan American High School. I met and talked to Kevin since my junior year, the most rigorous and stressful year of my high school life. During this time, I was greatly overwhelmed and struggling on schoolworks and personal conflicts, but he was there to grab me, encourage me to stay strong, and help me become a better person. I thank him so much for helping me become who I am now because of him. And to all the teachers, I would like to thank you for teaching and inspiring various subjects. Although some of you made my life miserable by assigning a lot of homeworks and tests in one day, your dedication and commitment allowed me to be prepared for the real world. Today I am honored to be here as a graduating senior. We as a class of 2014 and the first graduates of Humphreys High School worked very hard to come to this point. As high school students, we all had one goal, which was to graduate from high school, and now we are graduating. Today isn't the end of our school career, but it's the beginning of our individual adventures. This is the day we all become independent and strive for our passions and desires. Throughout high school, we faced many academic challenges. This included staying up past midnight finishing homeworks, projects, doing AP classes, and studying for multiple tests. We all struggled and stumbled. However, we all overcame these challenges. We know that these challenges will face us again, but we are ready to overcome these again in our next phase of life. We are ready to establish our own path and to follow that path to achieve our own successes and goals. And we are also ready to prove to society that ideal type of success does not exist. I believe that there are no correct answers in life. This is the reason why we all struggle and to do and find what is considered right. But at the same time, we all have the power to establish our own answers for ourselves if we put our minds to something we are destined for. I would like to end the speech with a quote by Helen Keller. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do something I can do. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Class of 2014 Vice President Emerlyn Rivera, who will introduce our guest speaker tonight.
Tonight, our guest speaker is General Curtis Caparati. He is a native of Logan, Ohio, graduated from the United States Military Academy, West Point, in 1978, and was commissioned as Second Lieutenant in the U.S. Army. Please welcome General Curtis Caparati.
Well, good evening. It's my honor to be here. As commander of all U.S. forces in Korea, this is one of the most important things that I'll do. And to talk to you, the young men and women and future leaders of our nation. So thank you for this opportunity. Superintendent Miller and Principal Kennedy, distinguished guests, families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2014, what a pleasure it is for Cindy and me to be here with you today. Now, if you'll bear with me a second, they tell me that this thing will move. And it does. So, parents, I'm going to talk to the students. So you're going to get this side shot of me here because I'm going to really try and look at you because my comments are intended for you. So first off, let's make a deal. Okay? You want to get the diploma in your hand, right? That's your objective tonight. But my job is to congratulate you and give you a little counsel for your journey into adulthood. So here's the deal. I'll do the speaking, and I'll keep it short. You do the listening, okay, and you listen well. And if you stop listening before I stop speaking, you'll let me know, right? Deal? Okay, deal. All right. I want to share with you a few lessons that I learned since I graduated from high school, which was in 1974. 1974. Yeah, that was a long time ago. And I'm that old. But, there's a few things that I thought back on prior to this that I think will help you. And amazingly enough, your class leaders who just spoke touched on a few of these, so it'll be quick. First, follow your instincts. Follow your instincts. You'll get a lot of direct advice about what you should do along the way in life. And I've learned that I and others do best what they love, what in their hearts they have an urge to do. As I prepared to graduate from high school, I was accepted at Ohio State University, and I had a nomination to West Point. At that time, it was the end of the Vietnam War, and being in the Army wasn't popular. I had many friends and several adults who counseled against me going to West Point. And frankly, I was scared. I was scared that if I took that nomination, I just may not measure up. I might not be able to get through it. After all, I was a young man who grew up in a very small town with a small town high school. Fortunately for me, I had an athletic director, a coach, who pulled me aside in a high school parking lot one afternoon and talked to me about my choice. And he let me know that it was my choice and no one else's to make, and that despite my fears and others' counsel, I should follow my instincts, go where my heart led me. I had watched my dad lead soldiers all my life. I'd played soldiers in the neighborhood, a good bit of my childhood, and I knew in my heart that's what I should do. So obviously, I went to West Point. West Point's the place that challenged me greatly, much more so than I'm sure Ohio State would have, and the place that gave me my life, frankly. And throughout my life, when I've reached a fork in the road, I've never regretted taking the path less traveled or a little different, despite what others counseled. I followed my instincts and followed my heart, and I've never regretted that. Second, you must continue to learn. You must continue to learn. Regardless of what you'll do next, entering the workforce, the military, a trade school or college, you must commit yourself to always learn and adapt. We live in a world of constant change and connectivity. As Tom Friedman says, the world is flat and it's fast. As an example, today marks the 25th anniversary of a terrible incident in Beijing, China. June 4, 1989 was a day when hundreds, possibly thousands of pro-democracy protesters in and around Tiananmen Square were forcibly dispersed when over 250,000 Chinese troops were ordered to subdue protesters and enforce martial law. Specific details from that day are still emerging, as it wasn't China's desire to showcase such an event on a global platform at that time. Now fast forward to 2011, when social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter instantaneously connect millions of people around the globe. We saw a remarkably different outcome to pro-democracy movements inside of countries with authoritarian regimes. What we now call the Arab Spring was made possible only because of the increase in information flow and the connectivity that occurred within the past decade. Today, each and every one of you has the power to make an almost instantaneous impression just by posting a video on YouTube, sharing a story on Facebook, or sending a tweet. With the recent revolution in technology and connectivity, each and every one of you has the opportunity to not simply inform others about what's happening, but to be an agent of change in this world. But it's important that with such capability, you do so responsibly and understand fully what you're posting and how it may affect people. With almost 1.3 billion Facebook users and over 220 million Twitter's users, the revolution in connectivity that we've witnessed will only continue flattening our world. The world that existed when I first studied at West Point has changed continuously and dramatically. For example, I learned to use a slide rule. A slide rule. How many knows what that is? Seen one. Well, it was before we had the power of computers. We didn't have handheld computers, so we used a slide rule in engineering. And it was 8 years after graduation before computers began to be introduced into the headquarters in the military, and we used them and incorporated them into our daily life and work. And we had to learn that on our own. On the military front, I learned in detail how to fight the Soviet Union's forces, our archenemy back then. Yet a few decades later, as a commander of an airborne combat team in Bosnia, I worked alongside a Russian airborne brigade and actually turned over our area of responsibility to them, something that we would not have foreseen or predicted in 1980. So one thing's for sure, the times are changing and they'll continue to change. And your life will present challenges you don't expect. So you must continue to learn and adapt. David Foster Wallace, an American author and professor, said this: learning how to think really means learning how to exercise some control over how and what to think. Over how and what to think. It means being conscious and aware enough to choose what you pay attention to and to choose how you construct meaning from experience. His observation is so true and brings me to my third point. Jot down what you believe in. Jot it down as you go through life. And then continue to question it. Be skeptical. I've got a list that I started 20 years ago. And I found that as I grow older and hopefully a little wiser, I line some things out and I add some things to the list. Here are a few of the things that I believe in. The golden rule. I believe in the golden rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. Fundamentals first. Every profession or job that you're about to go into has basic knowledge and tasks. Learn and execute them with precision and frequently. Really, very few people do that in life, but the real pros always do it. Consistent performance to standards. In other words, reliability. You don't want to be that snapshot hero for that one moment in time and be less than that just routinely. Mediocre. Strive to be reliable. And then team. Together everyone achieves more. You'll never achieve anything meaningful by yourself. So what do you believe in? And I challenge you to start your list this summer. And then fourth and most important, always strive to find your limits. Always strive to find your limits. When I first joined the Army, they had a slogan that said, "Be all you can be." Be all you can be. Okay, we still listening? Everybody good? Okay. Strive to find your limits. For the rest of your life, press on to reach a goal that is a stretch for you. You've got to be willing to take that first, sometimes scary, uncertain step. In fact, I've learned that most of us have no clue of our capabilities or our true potential. Each of you has gifts that you're not even aware of yet, and the potential to learn and perform at levels that you can't imagine. Too many people allow others to convince them that they've reached their limit, or they couldn't reach a specific goal that they dream of in life. Or we talk ourselves out of trying due to the fear of failing. I wish I'd fully understood this earlier in life, that I really didn't understand my true potential, and I could have done so much more along the way. Now, I know you think you'll have struggles ahead of you. As you think of the hurdles that lay ahead and how difficult the journey may be, I want you to remember Spencer West, a motivational speaker with an interesting spin. Unlike many motivational speakers who tell stories of how difficulties began when they were in junior high or high school or maybe even college, Spencer's adversity began well before he knew what the word adversity meant. Spencer was born, although he was born with 2 legs, 2 arms, 10 fingers, healthy heart and body, and he grew up like many of us did with loving and supportive parents who wanted only to protect and care for him. What they could not protect him from was a rare genetic disorder called sacral agenesis. This disorder occurs in every, say, 25,000 births, ranging in severity from partial absence of a tailbone regions to absence of perhaps your lower vertebrae or your pelvis. Spencer's case was among the most severe, though, and it required amputation of his legs at the age of 5. Many considered this an insurmountable obstacle in his life. His parents were told that he would never do much with his life, and that even sitting up was going to be a challenge for Spencer. Fortunately for Spencer, he was unaware that he would never do much in life. Just 2 years ago, at the age of 31, Spencer ascended Mount Kilimanjaro, a feat I'm not sure I could do in my prime. For 7 days, and for 80% of the 20,000-foot climb, Spencer was on his hands, carefully doing what few able-bodied Americans can do. Spencer overcame the hardships that life threw his way, and guided by his principles, his faith, and the love of his family, was able to achieve outstanding success. Not only had he done something with his life, he fights to make a difference in the world, continually challenging himself to achieve more, trusting his instincts, and continually learning more about the world around him. I know you can and will do the same throughout your lives. Again, it's been my pleasure to share this significant moment with the class of 2014. You have a great life awaiting you. Trust your instincts, continue to learn, know what you believe in, and always press to find your limit. And I'm sure that you'll achieve more than you ever expected. One last thing. Today, after you get that diploma, I would just like you to tell your proud parents thank you. Because remember, team, you didn't get here alone. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the senior class, we would like to present General Curtis Caparati with our gift for you.
Thank you. Thank you much.
I would like to personally thank you as an Army brat and a 3-decade Army wife. I would like to personally thank you for all that you have done for our country. The senior class has read your bio, and we couldn't put it down. So interesting. And because it was so interesting, they wanted to make something special for you. And so this is a token of we were creating different designs of program, and this is one that we created. And so we're just going to give it to you as a token of appreciation for what's speaking for us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The class of 2014 would like to dedicate this song to their families because without you, they can do nothing, they can be nothing, they can have nothing. The presents are nice, the cards are nice, the flowers and the balloons are lovely, but all they really want is you. Some people live for the fortune. Some people live just for the fame. Some people live for the power, yeah. Some live just to play the game. Some people think that material things define what's within. I've been there before, but that's just a boy so superficial. Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, I gotta have you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything is nothing if I don't have you. Some people search for a fountain that promises forever young. Some people need 3 dozen roses, if that's the only way to prove you love them. Show me the world on a silver platter, and what good would it be with no one to share and no one who truly cares for me? But some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, I gotta have you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything, but everything is nothing without you. Some people want it all, I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, family, I gotta have you, family. Some people want diamond rings, some just want everything. Everything is nothing if I ain't got you.
Thank you, Ms. Davis, and senior class members. That was lovely. Thank you so very much for that beautiful solo. At this time, we will now have a presentation to our parents. Junior marshals, please stand. Seniors, proceed down.
At this time, I would like to ask General Scaparrotti and Dr. Miller to please come to the stage. It's time for the moment we've been waiting for. The issuance of diplomas.
After each student's name is announced, their legacy statement will be read by Mr. Ryan Lauer and Miss Andrea Petz. This is the seniors' chance to share their appreciation or words of wisdom. Row 1, please stand. Go ahead. Mary Ajay Mensah.
When I was lost on my path, you helped me to find my way. When I lost sight of my goals and wanted to give up, you were always there with words of encouragement. I thought you were disturbing my peace, but I know now you were only keeping me on my feet. Thank you, God, for loving me.
Samantha Bellinger.
You have to know and believe in your heart that things will always get better.
Jesse Brooks.
Don't dwell on the past. Live for the present. Prepare for the future.
Amy Berger.
I would like to thank my parents for being my biggest motivators. I would not be walking across this stage if it wasn't for your love, support, and words of encouragement.
Chase Burnett.
Trust in yourself, and those around you will begin to trust you as well.
Celine Castro.
I want to thank my parents for telling me I can do anything, for their wisdom and time, endless encouragement and support these past 4 years. I know the two of you have been just as excited for this day as I am. I'm walking across this stage on this day because you love me unconditionally. I love you unconditionally.
Emily Cox.
We have two lives. The second life starts on the day we realize that we only have one.
Shaylon Curry.
I can never thank God enough for the many blessings He's bestowed upon me, friends that support me, a family that serves me, and most importantly, His love that keeps me.
Michelle Flores.
As knowledge increases, so does opportunity.
Alexis Hairburr.
It's been rough. Only God knows how rough. But thanks to God, I made it.
Row 2, please stand. Alberta Isaacs.
Never give up, even when there are those who try to hinder your progress. Fight, even when the outcome seems bleak.
Kellen Kirby.
The journey through high school has ended in success. Now, the journey through life begins, and I am ready for the adventure.
Devin Morrissey.
I would not be here today without my incredibly supportive family. I cannot thank you enough for everything you have done for me, all the patience you have shown, and all the love you have shared. It's been a long road with many challenges and triumphs, and I am so thankful to have spent it all with all of you. Cheers to the memories and cheers to the future.
Manasa Nardi.
Here it is, a new chapter in our lives. Let's start filling the pages with soon-to-be memories.
Angela Padua.
Success can be achieved by believing, dreaming, and doing hard work. Never give up, and always have faith.
Macabrin Ramos.
Work hard, study hard.
Jennifer Rao.
It's time o'clock all the time.
Soo Yun Ri.
Thank you, Mom, Dad, Jiwon, and Kevin for helping me stand where I am now and always being there for me. Love you all.
Emerlyn Rivera.
Today, I walk onto this stage wearing one of the first graduation gowns, not just to receive a paper with fancy cursive writing, but a stepping stone to what comes ahead. I'd like to thank my lovely family, friends, and teachers for bringing me where I am today.
Samuel Rodriguez.
Finally, 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 finally.
Row 3, please stand. Jan Carlos Savarit.
I can accept losing. I cannot accept giving up.
Destiny Smith.
I want to thank everyone that pushed me and helped me make it to my graduation day.
Katrina Smith.
Life is like a drawing. Each line represents a frustration we face in life. Giving up would only make an ugly picture. Pushing through will conquer what we want to present in the end.
Kiana Stepney.
When given a task, do not procrastinate. If you wait until the last minute, you will regret the results.
All right, Frank.
Frank Truehill.
This is the first day of the rest of our lives. Let's enjoy it.
Vanity Vidal.
Never let anyone stop you from chasing your dreams. At the end of the day, you are all you need to succeed.
Franklin Williams.
Preparation plus opportunity equals success.
Roderick Williams.
Sleep is not for school. Save it for home and long road trips. Trust me.
Alvin Yearby.
Never let anyone tell you you can't, because it can be done.
Well, I make them stand back up. Okay, this is the moment we've waited for. Actually, you've waited for, we've waited for, your parents have waited for. Seniors, please stand. I think they do deserve one more round of applause. And now we need to make it official. Please listen. On behalf of Department of Defense Education Activity and its director, Mr. Thomas Brady, Department of Defense Dependent Schools Pacific Area and its director, Dr. Linda Curtis, and the Korea District and its superintendent, Dr. Irby Miller, I have reviewed and certified your official school transcripts and now have the honor and privilege to announce that you, as members of Class 2014, are now graduates of Humphreys High School. I believe if you want to follow this class, they're going to go outside and toss their caps. Oh, an important thing. I'm so excited about them graduating, I forgot. Ms. Cox, I believe we need to turn the tassels to prove that we're graduated before you throw those hats up. All right, will you lead your class, please?